Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Keishas Hate When Men Have Standards. Let's get right into it.
If there was ever a way to make an entire room of black women reject you in 1 second, this guy found it. Basically, I was watching Pop the Balloon, which I love to watch, and this guy walks up to this girl who's popped her balloon for him. She's rejected him. And you know, some of the guys, they get a little bit testy when they get rejected. And he walks up to her and says, she wasn't my type anyways. I didn't like her hair. It's too short. Pop, 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 pop. Like the 4th of July. Everybody popped. Every single person popped. Mind you, this girl has hair like mine. It is kinky, coily, it looks short, it's most likely shrinkage, you know? One of those things where your hair is longer than it appears, but it's shrunk. Not every black woman's hair is short. Some black women have very long hair. What baffled me about this man is that one of the later girls that he talked to had a wig on, and she was like, yeah, I switch it up too. Sometimes my hair is short, sometimes my hair is like this. And he's like, I like you like this. Like if you had, you know, given me a chance and not been so worried about this other girl, then we probably could have been together. You're not seeing the big picture. This girl and this girl might have the exact same hair, but you don't know that because, hello, it's a wig. What, excuse me? I feel like if the first girl had had a wig on, he probably would have been like, yeah, she's my type. I used to go on dates all the time, and I would have my wig, I'd have my braids done, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I would worry. I'd be like, yo, does this person actually like me for who I am? Like, are they gonna like me when my natural hair is out? Is that gonna be like a thing? Is it something I'm gonna have to educate them on? You never wanna be with someone who does not like you for the way that you naturally look. It's cool if they like you in wigs. It's cool if they like you with your hair straight. If they prefer that and if they express that they don't like your natural hair, to me, it's a deal breaker. To walk into a room of black women and say that is so bold, so bold. You knew you were going home alone, didn't you?
I don't think it's bold. I think he just has a preference, right? And you said it, like, you know, if to not accept you for who you are, like to not like you for the way you naturally look, y'all don't like y'all for the way y'all naturally look. That's why y'all wear wigs. That's why you put on makeup. That's why you guys always lie with filters, as if we don't know you got a filter on your face. Now, this girl, she don't got a filter on her face, no problem. But let the men have his preference. What's wrong with men having preferences? Women don't want a short man, they don't want a broke man, but a man like us, we gotta accept you as you are, and you have to educate us according to you. No, we don't need to be educated. We prefer this. We prefer that. You say, oh, don't you know that he liked that one girl and she was wearing a weave? And she was like, don't you know that these two girls are here might be the same? He might like weave. Listen, I think most black men don't like weave. I ain't saying nobody. I ain't saying no black men don't like weave. I'm just one of them that don't like weave. But some black men do. They don't mind it. They actually just like the end product. Okay, so you can get away with makeup, you know what I'm saying, the hair hat, you can get away with that kind of stuff, okay? Me, I prefer my girls natural. That's just me, okay? By the way, shout out to all my bros that downloaded my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's the best way to deal with women in these modern times. If you want to get with women, you want to have success with women, you got to know how to look good and just keep your mouth shut, because trust me, you'll be arguing with them all day. It will never end, okay? But let's get right back into the content.
Well, really, I don't think it even bothered that man, because don't no man want to date a woman who's just a follower. All those women was popping because the other women was popping. Even the woman he said that short hair comment about, she wasn't even offended by it. So why the other women was so triggered?
Why didn't I step in to say whether or not I was offended by what the man in the blue coat said about my hair? One, just because I wasn't offended by his comment on my hair doesn't mean that it's not okay for other people to be offended by that comment. Two, if we look at his appearance throughout the entire episode and on the after show, The Speaker Room, I personally do think that he brought a negative energy. And for me, like, based on his appearance on the entire show, I mean, I wouldn't want him dating a friend of mine.
Women know how to drag some stuff out forever. That man has a right to his preference. He don't like women with short hair. It is what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Black women are the dumbest group in America. They're literally train crash outs. All of their ideology is backwards, and everything that they believe in is dysfunctional. These are the defenders of the dysfunction and the chaos. They encourage it. And you know that because look at Sexy Red. They allow her to sell booty hole brown and gonorrhea lip glosses, disgusting. And then they get all these degrees to still come out broke, alone, and in debt. Not to mention they let the government convince them to destroy their children and to go against the very men that are put here to protect them. And this is why they fall for every scam that the government push. Feminism, abortion, birth control. They even fell for the scam that they're the smartest group in America. You are not the most educated. You are the most indoctrinated. Congratulations. And you talk so much about your degrees, and black men still make more money than you and raise better children than you. Amazing. And you know what? The solution is just very simple. Bow out and let black men lead. Simple.
My husband paid me $2 million to quit school and travel the world with him. Some might say this is toxic, but honestly, I
love when women act like having no ambitions and being a bum is a flex. Your entire personality traits, any success that you've had in your life, hinges as an extension of your husband. When you brag about yourself, when you brag about your lifestyle or your achievements, you brag about your husband. Is that not embarrassing? Having no personal or independent achievements of your own. And I've said this before, I'll say it a million times again, no matter how many times it pisses people off. Women who value this kind of lifestyle have no ambition. And men who urge this kind of lifestyle on their wife or their partner, they don't want a good wife for themselves, and they also don't want the best kind of life for their wife. They're not looking out for you. How in any capacity could you see you living for your husband, as an extension of your husband, as a flex, while he pursues his own things, his own ambitions, his own life, and you live for him? You have an amazing opportunity and you're throwing it away to be a trad wife. You have a husband who has enough money to support you so that you don't have to work a 9-to-5, something that's completely arbitrary. And instead you could fund a passion of yours, you could do something for your community, you could do something that leaves a mark on this world. You could write a fucking book. You could become a polymath. He has enough money to fund you going and getting as many degrees as you want. But you want to know what you're doing instead? Living for him. That's really interesting. And to clarify, if you're a woman who's forced into this kind of lifestyle, that is, you don't have a choice, I'm not talking about you. You're not a bum, you're not ambitionless, you didn't have a choice. Don't get me wrong, a man who wants you to be comfortable is not a bad man, but a man who wants you to remain stagnant is a bad man. A man who reinforces that does not want the best for you. Because I'll tell you this, a good man and a truly high value man would actively seek out a woman with a strong personality, a strong mind, someone who's staunch, someone with goals, and someone who can achieve.
She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. I hate when women come online and tell us what a real man, a strong man is. You've never been a man. What are you talking about? She swears men like people like her. No, we don't. You got an attitude, you got a mouth, and you swear you know something. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I was going to let this go on, but I can't take any more of this. This is straight nonsense. And she thinks she knows something. She thinks she cute. Oh yeah, a man who don't want you to have any ambition, he don't want a good life for you. Why would someone want to marry a woman just because she's dumb? Like, this is what women think. Men just want to marry dumb women. Now, how about we want to marry peaceful women that want to cooperate with us, that want to build with us, not build apart from us and compete with us. We don't want a competitor in our bed. Women want to become our competition, be as ambitious as us, get degrees, get jobs, and compete against us. And they think that's what makes us drawn to them. No, it's not. This is the feminist lie. That if you're not an ambitious like man, then you're not a valuable woman. That to be a stay-at-home wife is oppression. You're a slave. You're just dumb. Y'all are the real, not only y'all are the real misandrists, y'all the real misogynists. Y'all hate what a real woman is. A woman is not this ambitious. She's chasing after goals and achievements. I'm not saying that I have anything against a girl that goes to college. I have no problem with that. I'm not saying I have anything against a girl who wants to earn money and save and be resourceful. I got nothing against that. But you know what I got something against? Women who think they could do everything a man does and think that there's nothing a man can do that a woman can't do. Yeah, y'all never go out there and do real men jobs. I never see y'all doing plumbing. I never see y'all do construction work. I never see y'all as a trash man. Y'all always want to compete for our jobs, but only our jobs that are white collar. I never see y'all trying to compete for blue collar jobs. Why don't you get under the hood of a car? That might impress me. Work on a car, fix the brakes. That might impress me. But all this compete with me and you got something to say and you got words. Bro, this is very unattractive. Now, I'm not saying I want a dumb chick who's going to use all my money and flaunt this lifestyle. I don't want that either. But I'll never want a girl like this who thinks she knows exactly what a real man is. No, you don't. That's your dream man. Your idea of a man. Your subjective idea of a man is not a man. That's what you think a man is. You have no idea what it means to be a man at all. Not one iota. So hush it. All right, learn how to shut up. Like literally, shut the hell up.
Why? Because that would encourage him to do the same as well. A man is defined by the company he keeps. And if the very woman he is married to cannot challenge him or encourage him to do better or work beside him, then what does that say about him? He's merely marrying someone to uplift himself. Men who want a woman to simply just live and take care of the image of anyone
Traveling with
actually get this kind of life.
Now, of course, this woman is married to her husband. She can do what she want to do. But I get her quitting her job, but she also dropped out of school too. She could have still been traveling with him doing online work. It comes off as real just lazy. You just can't have your woman just sitting around not doing anything. Like, I want a woman to have her own self-fulfillment and goals in her life. And has she considered what would happen if this man leave her or something happened to him? Like, what is she gonna do then?
I don't date broke women, not because I need their money, but because being broke usually means poor choices, weak discipline, and no understanding of how the real world works. If you can't manage your own life, you have no business helping me manage an empire. Money issues destroys more marriages than anything else after sex. So I'm not looking to raise a woman. I'm looking to build with one. And yes, I'll be a provider, but for only a woman who knows how to handle resources and was already resourceful long before I showed up.
These are the requirements that you need to have in order to date me, a single mom of 3 kids. Number 1 is that you need to be making at least $130K a year. And you need to have at least 2 side hustles. If you cannot make $130K or more, then you are out of my fucking league. How do you expect to give me money for my kids if you only make $50K a year? Second is I don't date men that are younger than me because for obvious reasons. So if you are 26 and over, then you qualify. 26 to 35 is the age limit. Okay, I feel like 35 is pushing it because they look old as fuck already. So I'm 26, I'm a baby, so yeah. You have to have at least 3 cars under your name. Your second car has to have 8 seats because I have 3 kids. So I want them to be comfortable whenever we go with you on a trip or something. You want me to come with you, I'm gonna bring my kids, and you need to have enough space for my kids. So that's why I require you to have an SUV and a vehicle of your own if you're gonna be dating me. Another requirement is that you have to have...
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but in today's society, as a man, I'm supposed to get rich so I can get broke bitches? I don't see what that's even about. Like,
that's pretty odd.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like, I gotta grind my life away so I can become this provider and pay for your lifestyle. What were you doing for the last 10 years? I mean, I was working, getting my money up, and I have to spend it on you.
For what exactly?
And I know you're gonna be like, because that's what a man's supposed to do. A man's supposed to provide, and a man's supposed to... You don't have a dad to make these claims. Why would I listen to you?
No, sir. We get rich to enjoy our lives and also to enrich our family lives. Don't get rich for women. You'll never be fulfilled.
I blew up my life.
Yeah, I think the funny part about it is she said she was 26 years old, she got 3 kids, and she's trying to tell you the list of things you need to do to qualify for her. You need to qualify for a single mom? Are you crazy? But this is what the delusion that is so common is a mental disease that spreads like wildfire. Very few women challenge this notion. Very few women. All women just accept it. Yeah, like qualifying for a single mom. That makes sense. Imagine if a short dude said, this is a dude that was like 4'11", and this is what you need to do to qualify for me. Women would laugh. Imagine if a broke man said, this is what you need to do to qualify for me. Women will laugh. But you guys have the female equivalent of a broke man or a short man being a single mom. Just tell me the truth. The female equivalent of a broke man or a short man is a single mom. Yeah, it might be even worse than that, okay? Because height might be relative. He might be shorter than the average man, but if you're a lot shorter than him, then it might not matter. But there's nothing you could do with a woman that has kids from another relationship. There's nothing you can do. Look, I got nothing against single moms. Single moms hate when I say this because I know a few of them and I get along with them. But, you know, just like short men can't flex, neither can single moms. I'm just saying. So, you know, I'm not surprised that a woman as idiotic as she is, I mean, like, she's completely ignoramus, right? she is the ideal ignoramus walking through the world. That's exactly an example of that. So I'm not shocked by it because women have been lied to for so long that they can want whatever they want, they demand whatever they want. They treat men like they're shopping on Amazon. You are not shopping on Amazon when it comes time to pick a man or be chosen by a man. No. Nobody's going to compete for a single mom with 3 kids and make sure he has enough money, enough resources to provide for another man's legacy. Wow, what's in it for him? Ladies, ask yourself this question. What's in it for the man? If you can't answer, like when you say what you bring to the table, that's your answer. If you can't say, all right, oh, this is what I bring to the table, that means there's nothing in it for the man to date you. Don't say you are the table. There's nothing in it for the man to date you. Simple as that.
Years ago, after a year of telling my husband that I was not happy and us talking about divorce, or me talking about divorce, I just decided one day that that was that. I was going to leave. And I packed a suitcase and I left. And for those of you that have also done this, I wonder if you have any regrets.
This is so controversial, and it's my big hot take, but I do not believe it was ever intended by God for women to have the ability to go file for divorce. It goes back to the garden. Eve was easier to manipulate. The serpent came for the woman. Now look what's happening when we get the ability. We were given the power to go get divorces. Women file for divorce 80% of the time. That means there are far more cases that are irrational. Not only in the garden was Eve easier to manipulate, but she made a decision that ended up costing them to sin against God, because she listened to the serpent, right? Women listen to their friends. They listen to their heart, which is deceitful. It says, do not listen to your heart, for your heart can deceive you, right? They listen to their emotions.
That's right. That's why the scripture's even talking about cast down every thought. All those negative thoughts that pop in your head trying to ruin your relationship, just cast those thoughts down. Get them out of your head. And some women don't. They just let these thoughts fester and they self-sabotage their marriage.
Obviously, when it comes to adultery, back then they would stone the person that committed adultery. They would stone them to death. They had no tolerance for it. So today there is no punishment for those things. So it is understandable why a woman would go get a divorce if she was cheated on. But the reason why I believe it was always intended for a man to make such a final decision is because he is built to withstand a storm. He is built to withstand long periods of suffering. Women emotionally cannot handle negative emotions or long periods of suffering. Therefore, that is why they are more susceptible to break the covenant they made. And so when you hand a woman the ability to break herself free, she will choose to do so, whereas a man can withstand it. So if a woman is under a man and they're both in a long season of suffering, if she does not have the ability to just go break off of her covenant when she feels like she's in pain, then she will be able to see it through with him.
If a person gets... Yeah, so shout out to her. I think this is a great example of a woman who's led by the word. And if you're led by the word, you're going to be a far more valuable woman, because it's not something that you could manipulate. You know, women love to manipulate everything. You can't manipulate the Bible. You could cherry pick the Bible, but you can't manipulate if you actually read it for word, and if you understand the stories of the Bible, and if you understand the historical context. So nowadays, a lot of women cry about complaint about cheating this, cheating that. Oh my God, my husband cheated. I'm going to divorce him. I'm not saying cheating's acceptable, but what I'm saying is that this idea that you could break out of a marriage because of issues, I don't accept that. Okay. Besides, a man cheating is not like a woman cheating. It's not exactly the same. It's not. Okay. It's not exactly the same. Women cheating is far worse because of the risk of pregnancy. You know, and contaminating her womb. And honestly, what women bring to the table is exclusive sexual access. If a woman cheats on me, she's breaking the covenant, because you're supposed to offer me exclusive sexual access, where I'm offering you provision and protection and a long-term commitment. So if I'm committed to you for the long term and I'm offering you protection and provision, that's what I'm bringing to the table. When I stop bringing that, that's my version of cheating. That's my version of breaking the covenant. I'm not holding up on an NMR deal, right? So I'm not saying that I should be allowed to cheat on my wife. I'm not saying that. And I'm not even married. I'm just trying to say, hypothetically, if I was married. But I am saying that I would rather be married to a woman that we can have some understanding and a woman that's reasonable. It's so hard nowadays to find a woman that can reason. So many women are irrational, unreasonable, and they go through the world talking, yapping their mouths, bumping their fat lips, thinking they're making sense, thinking they understand the world, and they're not rooted in the word. If you're rooted in the word, I'm going to trust your opinion a lot more as a woman than someone that's just rooted in the world. Either you're going to be by the book, right, the Bible, or you're going to be by the world. And most women choose the world. And the world is a bunch of lies, a bunch of serpents that want to tell you whatever you want to hear in order for you to disrespect, disobey, and go against your creator. Very simple. Shout out to this girl. She looks a lot more attractive because of it. If anybody knows her Instagram or TikTok or whatever, put in the link below. I might shoot my shot because, you know, I do like the long, natural, curly hair, and I like the wisdom upstairs. And so, you know, or if you see this video and you're the girl, hey, look, hit me up on Instagram. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.